recording and we can get into it. So last game, the party made their way out of Hatias's vine after rescuing it from a blue dragon attack by returning the blue dragon's eggs. And after Amir nearly got put down in a fight against a blue half dragon, uh, which both of the half dragon and Emir walked away from the fight, but there was a bit of trickery went on. Some unknown force stood on top of the blue dragon of at least adult age and used some kind of divination portent to change one of Amir's hits into a miss. But yes, that was all resolved. You left Hatias's Vine. You've been on the road about 5 or 6 days at this point, and we are gonna jump back in. It's your last night on the road before you make it to Beckinsale. You can see it off in the distance. There's not like light pollution or anything like that, but you can sort of see the walls, and you can hear the odd little bit of loud noise every now and again. So it's your last night on the road. You've made camp. Food supplies are running low a little bit, so you'll probably need to go off and scavenge some food, or if you have any spells to make sustenance for yourselves. But that's where we get into. Tents are set up, wagons are hitched, horses and other various mounts, because you all have a different one, are tended to, and that's where we'll jump in.
Lovely.
So I suppose if you need a kickoff point, there's watches need to be had, and someone needs to volunteer for to go for food.
I think we need to stock up food again. Who wants to go hunting?
We've arrived at the biggest civilization we've seen since we left Anamdrahadun, and you want to go hunting?
Yeah. We just gave away all the meat.
Yeah, I guess so.
That was a week ago.
You've found ways to scavenge for food. You've gone hunting every couple of days or whatever, but now you are sort of, the stuff that's there is dry, and some of it's probably rotten and not tasting very nice. And you know how Ariel likes her fresh meat, so it's probably worth going out into the wild and see if you can track anything down.
Arrow, you come in.
Yeah, I must.
I'll cast a long strider on Harrow to help him hunt. Why not? He can run around a bit more.
What kind of clothes does Harrow wear? What kind of colors does he wear?
I think muted tones. I kind of thought it'd be all purplish and spooky one bit, but I don't know, maybe. I think he basically wears a very kind of a gambeson, padded leathers.
Okay.
Very similar, maybe an old coat he borrowed off some guard or whatever. But yeah, muted colors. He's not very ostentatious.
So he's not a green Harrow?
Like that.
Sorry, Naomi and I have been watching Arrow, so that's just twigged in my head. So whoever is going to go off, we'll start with the first rolls of the night. Whoever's going to go off and hunt, can you roll me a survival check for tracking to see if you find any animals? You can either one of you roll advantage, or you can both roll, whichever you prefer.
I've already rolled. I rolled 19.
19, yeah. So it only takes about 20 minutes or so, and you break through. It's all very plains-ish. It's more hill land and stuff like that. Plenty of grass and all for prey animals to feast on, and you come across a herd of. Let me roll d20 here. Caribous, big old reindeer things, deer, moose crosses. You see a herd of about 10 of them.
Hey, Ara, Look, there's a nice herd of caribou.
Caribou. That's it. Can I ever pronounce that right?
Now, you are going to hit this and you're not going to let it get away, right?
I'll try my best.
There's nothing worse than letting a caribou get away.
Beer, shut it. I'm going to brace myself against a nearby tree, breathe in tightly. I've not felt quite right since our battle at Tastes Vine. There's some like chitter chatter inside my head, and I'm finding it hard to focus, but I'm trying to just get back to my rhythm, center myself, and take the shot.
Absolutely, go
I'll
for
make
it.
a ranged heavy crossbow attack. That is a dirty 22.
Oh, that absolutely hits. How much damage you doing?
We'll say no hunter's mark needed. Just just 8 damage.
Yeah, you absolutely take it down. You get it like in the heart, lung, sort of liver area. Excuse me. Takes it down straight away. Are you gonna be satisfied with one, or would you like to try and get a second one before they all scarper? Because if you would, I'm gonna ask you to roll initiative, just to see if
Caro
they
is
react.
probably satisfied with one, but kind of he thinks back to Amir and Ariel, and kind of immediately racks his thing and tries to get another shot in. So.
Okay, roll initiative, and we'll see if they react before you do. So they rolled a 17.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can take another shot, but it'll be at disadvantage because they're starting
That's
to.
fine.
They can move 50 feet, and
That's
they
fine.
are like they look up. You kind of hit one that's sort of in the middle of the whole herd, and they all like look around and like start to take off.
Sorry, I rolled the damage for the attack here, but
Well, at least we know how much damage you'll do.
no. Oh, sorry, that's a straight roll as well. It's not even with disadvantage. Yeah, so it's off far. Natural's funny, but with disadvantage. That's a 12 to hit.
That's a 12 to hit.
Yeah.
Does that hit?
No, sorry, sorry guys. That's a damage dice. Not doing very well today.
Yes. So you need another to hit.
Okay,
Fucking
that's
hell.
just a dirty 22.
Okay, guys, Fergus is having one of those games. I think he's shook off the luck from previous. Yes, so that hits, and we'll take the 12. The 12 kills it, so you've got 2 dead caribous. The other have just scarpered. They've gone. And, you know, after you've had that hunter's sort of like elation of, yeah, I've just taken them down, just taken them down, you kind of realize how big they are, and like, how the fuck am I gonna carry? And then you remember you've got a mirror with you. You just kind of under one arm, under the other arm, and starts to take him back to camp. There's a musk deer swarm. What the fuck? There's some weird ass.
Attacked by 60-12 deer.
They'll come back with their mates, like sand people.
I'm going to use the time while they're hunting to create a barbecue kit.
Nice, nice. Absolutely. Make a tinker's tools check, sure.
I could just do it with my artificers, so I can
of course
produce
you can.
one set of
Of course
non-magic
you can.
artisans. Yeah. So
Can
I'm
I,
going to
like-
create like a barbecue kit.
Can I like forage for like vegetables and shit? 'Cause if it's just meat on its own, it's gonna be kind of shit.
Roll either a survival check or a nature check, whichever's better for you.
16.
God, everyone's rolling well today. Yeah, so you wander around and you end up wandering into like some kind of. You'd almost think, you'd almost think it's like a tended to grove, and you look around and you don't see any obvious signs of population, but it definitely looks like some kind of herb garden. You find some like berries and red berries, blackberries, blueberries, and then you see a rosemary, thyme, everything but butter basically. That could be used to improve some spices if you like. You know, with the 16, you can find pretty much anything you're looking for.
Okay.
Within
I'm just
reason.
gonna grab a bunch of different like herbs and spices.
Okay.
See, flavor. What are we?
And as you're about to leave, you stumble slightly, you drop like a small sprig of thyme or something, and you look down and you see there's some root vegetables. You see some like potatoes and carrots that you can tread it over without realizing.
Gotta grab like a couple of carrots, a couple of taters, just like
Yeah, absolutely. You can stick them in like
walk
your
back to
adventures
camp,
pack for.
just walk back to camp with a big grin on my face, a carrot in hand, going, get vegetables.
I like to imagine Bragg is Samwise, like 20 years after Lord of the Rings with PTSD.
Yeah.
Is Bragg? I'm always curious how people play druids. Is Bragg like vegetarian or vegan or anything like
No,
that?
no, he'll eat anything.
Okay. I was just
He's,
curious how people play
he's a
druids.
druid of the stars. He doesn't give a fuck about things on the earth.
True. Fair enough. So yeah, you all make your way back to camp. Audric, in the meantime, since it's been, we'll say about halfway through the journey from Hatius's Vine to here, you kind of had your inspiration about the weapon you wanted to make. So if you could roll me a Tinker's check with advantage, you've rolled out your parchment and you've started to you've taken like some coal or some charcoal or some dirt off your shoe or whatever Audric would use to start making designs on a piece. It's like a DC 15 on a bit of parchment just to start the design process.
I believe it's Inca's check is just a D20 plus proficiency, isn't it?
I actually don't know, but I will accept that.
That's what I usually use.
Artificers are intelligence based, aren't they?
Correct.
Yeah.
I'd allow you to use do like a proficiency whatever. If you've got a intelligence skill with proficiency in it, use that.
With the new rules, it's proficiency plus the D20, and then if you've got a skill, so like if you're doing sleight of hand and you have proficiency with the sleight of hand as well, it's advantage on the tool check.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm kind of going if
So depending on what skill you pick.
I have forgotten all the skills since I played last week. So if you give me 2 seconds to check a random character sheet.
Right.
For instance, I'd almost like if he used like investigation or history or something along those lines, because it's sort of his wheelhouse, inventing things and stuff like that. And I'm
Well,
gonna
either
give
of
him
those are the
advantage on the
same,
roll.
so I'll just roll.
Yeah.
Just click it twice.
Just because saying with Tinker's tools and Artificers, they're sort of the same
well,
boat.
that
So
was a shit roll.
Yeah.
Neither of them have come through for me yet.
11 and a 10. So
11 and a 10. So it's taken a little bit longer. You've had to go back and forth, and you've had to scrap a couple of pieces of parchment. You're like, no, the rifle end on this is too wide, and now it's too small. The bullet won't exit, and it'll explode the whole thing. And so it's taken you a little bit longer to get the measurements down to where you want to. So we'll say you're about a quarter of the way through the design process when you start to arrive to Beaconsfield. So
Emir wanders into camp with one deer like slung over his shoulders, and he's pulling the other one by like the hind legs.
I like it.
Or by the yeah.
Oh, hello.
He goes, Arrow, is it true that what Odric said? Your motto as a city guard used to be "You failed this city."
Nice.
It took me a second. That took me a second. I like it.
We didn't really have a motto. We weren't really playing well enough for that. Used to be steal what you can, bluff for the rest.
and ask Godric to fix everything.
Yeah.
So you get back to camp. Sorry, go ahead. No, go ahead. No, I will not stumble in the way of RP. Go ahead.
No, well, I always liked Audric. Some of the other guards preferred a bit more rough and tumble with sword and board, but I always liked my crossbow. Odric was the only one who managed to keep it up to shape without ruining the accuracy. So,
It's important to look after your tools.
indeed.
Like my dad always says, look after your hoe looks after you.
Yeah. I'm sure.
Oh, I was a farmer, in case you didn't get it.
Right, I didn't want to cast any aspersions on Mrs. Rhymefist,
but as he starts talking about your mother, you break into your camp clearing, and you see Audric has set up his put the finishing touches and set up his barbecue tools. And a couple of minutes later, it's all very well timed. A couple of minutes later, Bragg has walked back in with arms and bag laden with different things to spice up a meal for yourselves.
United, we caught the caribou. Didn't let it get away.
I also went hunting. I caught some carrots, some potatoes.
I need a
Some
half
spice.
leg to make some jerky. I don't like the roasted stuff. I find if you stay on the road, it's best not to get too used to a nice hot meal. You never know when it's going to run out.
Okay.
Arrow, joyless as ever.
I'll get an axe and just chop a leg off for him.
Ariel snatches out of your hand first and just
Hey,
goes off to
Hey.
the side and start.
share. I'll cut the other leg off and lob it to Harrow. And with the weight of this beast, it might weigh as much as him.
Yeah, so as they set about to kind of curing and drying it, I think hundreds and hundreds of echoes bounce around in Harrow's mind about hungry as the smell of cooking moves through the camp.
Interesting. Well, I like it. I love that touch. So dinner. You know what? Fuck it. Let's go for it. Whoever wants to take charge of cooking, roll me a performance check.
Oh, the performance or it's survival for like camp cooking.
Actually,
oh, you mistimed the mimi game.
I guess I could do the performance check because my character's the only one who didn't do anything with hunting or.
I love the idea of Indra being the camp cook. I love that idea.
Do they get any bonuses because they have the correct tools?
Sure. You know what? We'll do it with advantage. I'm feeling generous tonight.
Thank you. Let's see.
Audric's investigation check has only just come through for me. That took a long time for above VTT.
Yes.
If you open the game, log in a character sheet, it tends to load quicker.
Yeah, I've got it here on my phone. A 16. Yeah, so Indra not only cooks a good meal, he cooks it to everyone's specifications. Like Emir might like it, still a bit bloody, so his comes off first and goes to him, and then Bragg might like his potatoes with extra whatever in it, or potatoes and carrots together. He gets everybody's sort of order in, and it all comes out exactly the way Mum used to make, the way you all like it, and you all have an absolutely fantastic. You're all at the end of full belly.
Here's Indra.
That
was a hearty meal.
Harrow's food extra bland.
So after you finish your meal, it comes down to who's going to take what watch.
Yeah, Harold will too.
I'll fill in wherever.
I'll help out with watches.
I'll take the last watch because I'm pretty sure Bragg's already asleep after the meal.
Okay.
He
Okay.
somehow found something to braise his in.
So Bragg is taking
Yeah.
last watch.
I'll take first, why not?
Okay. Odric's taking first. Is anyone taking first with Odric?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can take first with him, and for that, can I use my familiar as well? I could just summon a Quasic, which would let me watch as well, if it's okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So you'll already have advantage because there'll be two of you on it, but it'll reduce the
Oh, okay.
DC a wee bit because if there is anything to see, you've got a third set of eyes and ears. So yeah, absolutely. And then does that leave Harrow and Amir then taking second watch?
Sounds like it.
Okay. So with that, I would ask Audric and Indra to roll either with advantage or one each a perception check, please.
I've only got a +1. I don't know about you.
I've got a plus left, to be honest. So do we just roll one each then?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Yeah, let's see. Perception.
Hey.
Oh my god. Oh,
Ooh. Okay. So the watch seems to pass without any issues. You hear the rustling of the winds. You're still a bit jumpy considering you saw an gigantic blue dragon about 4 or 5 days ago. So every like twig snap or slightly strong rustle in the wind or whatever makes you jump slightly, but it passes without any kind of issue.
Sure.
Excuse me. With that, we'll move on to second watch. So if Amir and Harrow could do the same for me, either one perception check each or one with advantage.
Well, I've got a +7, but if you want to just roll your own one, I don't
Oh.
mind.
I probably should have waited, but I got an 18.
That's fine.
You two should not be on the same watch together.
I
These are
know.
too
I was
good.
literally about to go with Odric, and then
Oh, damn. Even my
Indra
+7,
was
I
like, I'll
rolled
do
a
it.
5 for a total of 12.
Amir, you and Harrow are having a nice conversation. You went hunting together earlier today. Maybe you two have started to bond slightly. You're having a nice conversation, and all of a sudden, you hear like a massive like sucking of air, and then about a minute later, like not an explosion of sorts, but like a loud rasp, like if the wind was snoring kind of deal. That kind of noise, but like in a cacophonous, like if a regular human was to snore inside a cavern kind of deal, like something with really good acoustics, you get, and like you can hear it all around you, but Harrow seems to be completely oblivious to it. He takes no notice. But see, it's not, it's
Harrow,
like off in the distance.
Harrow, I don't think it's Ariel, but can you hear that snoring?
No.
No, listen out for it.
I am listening. Maybe it's a giant thing. You hear?
Can I
the
tell
earth
what
move
the
or something.
direction it's coming from?
Yes, you can tell that it is coming towards the road towards Beckinsale. So we'll call it east. He's kind of traveled fairly consistently east.
What do you think? Do we wake the party up and we go investigate, or do we just go investigate, see what's happening, and then come get him?
Well, first of all, I don't hear shit. Second of all, if it is something big, it's sleeping, and we want to leave it that way. Keep it in mind.
Oh yeah, I'm not the best at sneaking, am I?
No. But you got other talents, Amir.
You any good at sneaking?
I've had to pick up a few skills on my fall from grace, but it's not something I'm the best at. I can set an ambush, but I'm no pickpocket.
More scout type.
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's good. The snow is coming from over there, towards Beckinsale.
So you say.
Can you really not hear that?
No.
It's like this.
Amir, if somebody were snoring, I could hear it. Okay.
I mean, Ariel's snoring right now.
Yeah, but you said something bigger than Ariel.
Much bigger.
Okay, sure, Amir. Get some sleep.
Okay. And he just sits down and starts like whittling some wood while keeping an eye out to see what's going on.
Are you still? You were making something last time, weren't you? You
Oh,
mentioned.
it was a great club, and I think I've finished it by now.
Yeah, you'll have finished it by now. Absolutely. Just in case you want to get started on
Yeah,
something else.
he's got a giant hunk of wood that looks like the best part of a tree limb that's just had like the bark taken off and rounded off a bit.
Harrow turns over
Sat
as he
next to him.
finishes the final chip and goes, "Wow, that's a great club, man." Wait, say that again.
Inspiration, quickly.
Sorry, man.
I'll give him
To the
inspiration. I'll give him inspiration. He can have inspiration for it. So with that moves on to Bragg. And who's taking it with Bragg? Have I complete? Is there another person to go with Bragg? If it's you two,
There's only
Ariel.
Ariel. Yeah, Bragg, you can take your watch with Ariel.
Bragg. I'm not. You can hear that snoring, right? It
Can I hear
sounds
that
like
snoring?
Ariel times like a million, right?
Roll a perception with advantage because Ariel's not technically here. Oh yeah, you hear.
Yeah, I hear.
You hear.
Arrow reckoned I was delusional, and he couldn't hear it.
Long word for you.
Did you go check it out?
No, because he says if it was sleeping, it needs to sleep, and we don't want to bother it. And he didn't believe me, so he just said go to sleep. Which obviously I'm not going to go to sleep. It's my watch, but now I want to go to sleep. Anyway, it's your problem now. Cheers.
But
And
what
then
if
he
it's
rolls
something?
over and goes to bed.
What if it's he's still gonna talk to him? He doesn't try to spend his sleep. Well, but what if it's something dying? You know, some base is falling over and like starting to choke or something.
No, it's definitely snoring. I know snoring. As he's sort of like he's got his arms around his great club. He's resting his head on the head end of it like that.
Hey, that's a great club.
I'm not giving inspiration for a stolen joke.
Right, well, Bragg's gonna go piss in the forest, like towards towards the
If it's doing
towards
piss in
the
the forest and
snoring,
nobody sees it, it never happen.
Yeah, he's gonna
still
go find a good place to just relieve himself.
Sure. Do you wander towards the snoring to help relieve yourself?
Yes, but not like
Yeah, you're not like
I'm not
trying to
aiming to
approach
find it.
anything.
I'm
Yes.
just
So the sun is starting to rise. So like the sky's gone that slightly pinkish color, dim light is sort of spread across the land. You can absolutely see Beckinsale in the distance now, along with some kind of farmland around it. And you can see the slight glisten of the sun off some sort of body of water in the distance. And You can make out on the outskirts of town like an absolutely gigantic building, and that's about it.
Looks like some kind of giant keep.
Ooh.
Hey, Mir. Maybe you did hear something after all.
Yeah, that's what I
You
said.
two are asleep, and he's away.
Oh, sorry, I
He's
thought
sort
this
of
was the
like
next
over.
morning.
No, no, no.
He's
I'm
like
still, I'm
this
still
is on his.
pissing.
He's wandered off
My bad,
over like
sorry.
into like over to the next rise, um, to pee. So and he sort of sees this because back and seal seems to almost the road sort of swoops down, so you're coming at it from a above angle, so you can see sort of a little bit further with this little dim shed of light that you have like first thing in the morning.
I'm gonna go find a good like ledge and piss into the wind.
Okay. As you are pissing into the wind,
He's like king.
so it's like splashing back in your face a little. You're like, oh, this was a terrible idea. Like this slight, like the dew
Fast
started
as
to
the wind.
form. The dew started to form on the little blades of grass, and mist has started to rise. You know, the way you get like mist on like a crisp morning
Yeah.
from over farmland and grassland and stuff. Mist is starting to rise up along the plains that you can see.
Ah. Home.
Yeah, so you feel at one with nature
Feels
right
just-
now, but you're having to like keep your mouth closed because you're like.
Oh, I'm surely finished the piss by now. I'm still
Forrest, what are
going
you?
on?
You're a halfling.
I'm a halfling.
You have an like 50% of your body is bladder apparently
Oh god.
of like your internal. So you've got like a 5-minute piss going on right now.
Yeah, halflings have got 5 pints of blood and 12 pints of piss.
Exactly. It takes you a while. I regret everything.
I regret nothing.
Yeah, you know, halflings get a flying speed at level 10.
So you
Oh,
you
no,
finish.
I've got everything off, but I was just fully naked, just embracing nature,
Oh,
just
okay.
pissing into the wind.
Okay.
And it seemed to me he lived his life listening.
So you you finish your wee, you get dressed. The rest of your watch goes without any issues. People start to wake up. I say you kind of it's a little surreal. You wake up sort of in like a bed of mist kind of deal, like because you're all getting up sort of you're all early risers. And yeah, you stand up. If any of you have got night clothes, you don your armor and cook your breakfast, go through if you've got any morning stretches or morning routines, tend your horses, and get ready to set on the road.
We're not far from the big city.
That's good
Just
to hear.
just a bit over that ridge. But let's not go over there. There's a lot of piss over there.
Right.
Harrow,
Yeah.
you noticed that about. Hang on, let me do a wee roll here.
Is that what Odd? I forgot his name. Bragg had to do a wee roll.
Nice. You have 6 of your swarm of rats like crawled into your armor to like keep warm with you in the night.
Yeah, Harrow at this point is still not like super cuddly with the rats. He'll kind of stand up and brush them off, and they'll probably squeak in disapproval.
Yes.
Harrow goes, I just don't understand fucking things everywhere.
This game is going to turn into that fucking rat plague game from a few years ago.
Plague Tale.
That one. I've never played it. So
To be
yes,
fair, I feel like Harrow is a very Dishonored kind of character. Fucking summon the rats and fucking snakes and dust.
especially the way you've been rolling recently. Fucking hell. If you ever get Misty Step, Um, so you pack up camp, you put your stuff away, get it into the wagon, and you all start to continue downhill towards the city of Beckinsale. As you get closer, you can see that for a couple of like a mile and a half before you reach there, there is just rows and rows of vines, as in like grapevines, alongside some other sparse, like you got a bit like a farmyard for like chickens and cows and all that sort of stuff over there. You've got some grain and all being grown over here. As you get closer still, you hear the rush of the water and smell the sort of, it seems to be like a salt water, a salt body water that seems to flow through the middle of the city. The city itself is about 1.5 square miles. It is huge, and Emir and Bragg, you finally see the source of that snoring. You see, sort of wandering around, are two gigantic hill giants.
Ah.
Oh, okay. That has me way less worried.
I'm still a little worried.
Amir, is that your uncle?
No.
Oh,
They're
of
hill
course it's you
giants.
are.
They're hill giants. I'm a frost giant. You're a twat.
Is there anyone protecting the grapevines?
There's people working them. You wouldn't say there's anyone necessarily protecting them.
Can I go
But
steal some
there's-
grapes?
Roll a sleight of hand.
Is this going to be the Skyrim chicken moment?
Bragg just needs some snacks. Natural 20!
Oh, damn.
Can I take a whole bushel of...
Roll me 5d20 plus 20.
5d20?
5d20, and then we'll add 20 to the other side of it. Because I'm the DM, and I said so.
64!
You managed to get 84 of these sort of. It's weird. Whatever way you shine, you hold these up to the light. You know, you haven't seen a berry like this before. When you're looking straight at it, it's quite dark, like a red currant or a black currant, and then you hold it up, and it's almost like translucent. And you know that sort of what's the term? It's like a car paint that when the sun hits it, it's a different color. All my GTA
Iridescent.
cars used to have pearlescent. Thank you. It's like that kind of effect on the berry itself. And here's a question I'm sure you weren't expecting the answer tonight. What is Bragg's like favorite flavor? And don't say piss.
Beer.
Ooh, no, it'd be like a wild cherry.
While as you bite into, I assume you eat one.
No, I
If
was
you
gonna
eat
pass it over to Ymir first to test it to see if it would kill me.
okay, Amir,
Maybe
do
it's
you
just
eat it?
poisonous.
Do you
Yeah.
eat it?
Yeah.
What is Amir's favorite flavor?
Ooh.
Venison steak or something.
Raw.
Winter berries.
It should be
It
really
tastes-
something really subversive, like roast pigeon or something.
Vagina. It tastes like the best winter berry you've ever had.
That's an odd flavor for a berry.
Oh,
I'm not sure if that one was poisonous. Pass me another one.
I'm not gonna eat one to see because he seems to be fine. So I'm just gonna yep.
And you brag when you taste it, it tastes like the most phenomenally juicy winter wild cherry.
Guys, we'll try this thing. I'm gonna pass a bunch of them around the group.
Oh, it tastes like a plink bathhouse. Yeah. Throws it away.
That's your favorite flavor?
You got me.
Out of curiosity, Audric and Indra, what would you guys taste if you decide to eat one? What would be your character's favorite flavor? This is the world building you get with me. What's your favorite flavor?
I don't know. I guess Indra's gonna taste some smoky whiskey or something. Maybe an Isla whiskey.
Oh, nice. Very nice.
Maybe a Kilferman.
Before Audric eats it, he kind of looks at it and is like, he's never really tried a berry before, so he's not sure what it's going to taste like. But he imagines it tasting of like a sweet grape with a slight hint of rum.
It tastes like defeat.
So yeah, like you all have that sort of exclamation, I'm sure, in your character's own way of like, Bride probably turn around and be like, cherry, oh, sort of, these are cherries, or I've never seen cherries like these before. And obviously none of you guys tasted cherry, if you know what cherries taste like. So you're not entirely sure what's going on with these berries. Let's go with Audric and Indra as your, and maybe Bragg, because it's all natural as well. You guys being the sort of more magical focused ones on the group, seeing there must be something magical about these berries. And none of you have any idea what these berries are. You've never come across them before in your life.
Funniest thing about Bragg stealing these is he can just make berries.
That is true. That is
But
true.
not like this.
These are good berries.
These
Well,
are great
the
berries.
yourself
good
an
berry
inspiration.
home of the good berry may take you
They are-
all.
In a word, they are very good.
That was a grape joke.
All right, Audric, you can have
Let's stop
one
that
for
before they go sour.
Ah, fucking-
Come on, we're gonna get now whining.
This group is bananas.
Okay, Alex, you can have inspiration. So
No, I am curious to see what the wine of this would taste like now. It's
mm,
just gonna be like just a big.
Tomato. That's Fruit jokes.
Can we forget all the giant stuff and operate a vineyard now?
No, it's like,
Maybe.
you hear the Rob Muller, the Eldritch Prophecy. And he says, enough about that now. Let's do session 63 of the farming simulator.
I feel like, okay, you've got workers' problems. There's a union forming.
So we're playing The Witcher 3 now.
Sits on the roof, like Chris
You've got a
Kyle.
wedding to cater tomorrow.
Some guy called Jesus has come in and claims to be able to make your wine out of water. So if you're on above VTT, I am going to move you all to the Beaconsfield town map. This is what Beaconsfield looks like. Now, it's not fully detailed. There's a couple, like the through road is missing from east to west, and the northern wall across the river also has a port wall for it to let ships in.
We're traveling
Both
east, though. And we're at the lodge, question mark.
No, you are coming from. You've been traveling east, but you're approaching the west side of the city. If that makes sense.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah.
You guys are coming from, just to do a wee aerial. You guys are coming from here.
Wait, this is what I
Like-
wasn't expecting. Where are the women?
Also, now you definitely missed an opportunity to upload a picture of Kate Beckinsale.
Yes,
This is what
I,
Beckinsale
yes,
looks
I
like.
I'm
know.
glad to make a lot of jokes about what I'd love, how much I love being between Beaconsdale's hills and all these good things.
No, it's flatland. Flatland. With a river through the middle of it.
Don't worry, you can end up
Oh,
in
wow,
Remote later.
Beaconsdale, beautiful.
I can't wait to be in Beaconsfield.
That's good stuff.
That sense of the Kate.
How much of this session has just been trying to craft the perfect pun with the fewest amount of words?
Michael, you can
Gravity
have
is the
inspiration
pull of
if you don't have it already.
it.
Fuck it, you know what, Indra, you can have inspiration as well. 'Cause I'm sure it'll come around eventually. Everyone can have inspiration. Fuck's sake. Yes, so what is also missing from the map is like the mile or so of worked farmland. It is a good 75% of these vines full of this berry. Um, as you work your way through, sort of, you've got out of your 84 that you stole, I'll say you've eaten 10 between the lot of yous. It's like 2 each. So you've got 74 mystery berries. Brag.
Yes.
You can add that as a custom item. Don't worry about the weight. They're berries. So
Brag.
as you...
Did
Go
you
ahead.
say you wanted to try and make some wine? Because I can absolutely make you a cask for that.
Yes.
A little tiny one, you know.
I would very, very much appreciate that. We
I'll get
just need to
next
learn how to
next
actually
time I
make
get
wine.
wood, I'll make you a cask, mate.
You speak to your doctor about that.
You're entering Beckinsale. You should have wood. Harrow, do me a
Now,
favor.
have inspiration, mate.
You are a fairly pragmatic man. Roll me either an intelligence check or wisdom check, whichever is best for you.
Yeah, no bother. That's just 17.
You would imagine that having been from a city before, being at a city, working on city guard, you would imagine if a place has invested this heavily in this one product, it's probably making something out of it already.
Gentlemen, I think we should berries away. Something tells me we're fucking with a cash crop here.
Well, we're not going to sell it. We're just going to have a little.
Yeah, a little bit of scrumping here and there is fine, but taking 80 magic berries of giant's vine seems like a one-way recipe to becoming pancakes.
Good point. Quick, let's eat the rest.
I don't know what you guys like about these things. They taste disgusting. Yeah.
It's gonna show up to like a meeting with giants just covered in berries. It's just
Harrow keeps eating berries
I
that
don't-
taste like
I
the
don't know what
rat's
you-
favorite food.
Yeah.
Each time it's
Yeah.
different because
Nice
it's
bag
a different
garbage,
rat.
you know. Oh god.
Harrow's actually eating Birdie Bot's every flavor beans.
Yeah.
Earwax.
Yeah. However, one of the rats I find is like Remy from Ratatouille, and it's like, oh, wild strawberries picked from the orchard. I was like, oh, that's great. And I go after second bite, and it's like a nice bit of moldy bread. I was
um, as you are having these you approach the western city gate, and it is being manned just by 2 guards. The guards here seem to be wearing steel half plate with green cloaks. They're wearing helmets which have like a stylized stone fist crested into them, and you can see on around the crest is the runes in are giant runes for strength and unity, and they glow slightly. It's hard to sort of get a full measure of who you're, like what race or whatever they would be, considering they're in half plate, their helmet on. But for the one on the left, you can see some raised tusks coming out, and they're quite broad. And the one on the right is a little bit more of a slender build, quite long fingers. And for those of you who are a little bit sharper eyed, maybe like a passive perception, like 15 or above, you can see just pointed ears coming out from underneath the helmet. And the gruffer one doesn't impose himself, like the broader one doesn't impose himself in front of you, but sort of puts hand up, goes, "Hello there, welcome to Beckinsale. Can I ask what you're doing in our town?"
We're adventurers, you could say, out of
"Oh, you're from the keep.
yeah.
Oh, it's a long journey from the keep to here."
Sure is, partner.
So You just decided you want to a change of scenery, or what brought you to Beckinsale?
Well, I mean,
Can
we've
I-
heard about the beauty of Beckinsale.
I roll an insight check to try and get a sense of this guy's allegiances and whether like bringing up Votan's name is a good or a bad idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll an investigation check. I
Investigation,
will
okay.
roll. Yep. Or sorry, it is insight. Sorry, my mistake. Insight.
Insight work. Insight works slightly better for me as well. I'll go with that. I can use the previous dice score if you want. Oh, the second one's a natural 20. That would have been so good.
Well, no, you can take the natural 20. It was my mistake. I give you the wrong stat. So, what is Deception's charisma? I think that rolled to everyone. I think mine are
Yep.
just defaulting to roll to everyone, which is fine. You get the feeling that the guard you're talking to is he's just a guard. He's just a body here to do his job. You know guards. You're pretty
Yeah.
good at reading
I'll
them.
try and connect with him when I keep with them. I'm look, it's giant politics. This guy Votan says we got to come over here, check things out, but we're not here to cause trouble. Get a couple of bites to eat, take some notes, back. Simple as.
All right, you're here on business. Okay, well, the guards were. If you hear anyone talk about the stone hands, that's us. That's what we call ourselves around here. Just if you feel the ground shaking beneath your feet, don't worry about it. That's just Gruffy and Thunk over there. And he points to he makes a gesture towards the two giants, which are kind of just lying down and eating, as hill giants are known to do. But you don't need to worry about them. They're good people, good
All right.
good giants. If you need any directions in town, talk to one of us, or if you tell me if maybe I can direct you to something like where do you think it's like your first stop? What are you looking for?
I think we need a tavern, somewhere to get a sense of the place.
Well, there's
Ooh.
plenty of taverns in Beckinsale. Do you have we've got seedy taverns, we got high end taverns, magical taverns. There's just about
Is there a
five or
place
so
that
taverns and
is there a place that makes some kind of magic wine with those cool looking berries back there?
oh, you mean the pickleberries?
The what?
Yeah, they're like they're sort of what we're becoming known for. We're sort of an up and coming town, but yeah, we've a winery distillery of sorts in town. That's if you go but anywhere in town handles pickleberry wine or picklesons or pickle
You keep
beer.
saying pickle. Is that why are you saying pickles?
Well, that's just what name we've given the berry. It's the pickleberry. I didn't name it. I don't know. It's just pickleberry. That's what we call it.
Weird.
Friend, I worked as a guard too once. 9 years on this force. Not here, far away. But you get my meaning. We need to get our hands on some low down intel. So if you could direct me to a place that could provide that, I'd be grateful. I'd see it if I could. I'd help you out.
Well, the Sky Hall is where our governors hang out. It's where our government is. They'd probably be able to give you some sort of rundown if there's a particular piece of business you're looking for, or you can maybe head to one of our seedier bars and if you're looking for something that's maybe a bit more criminally affiliated. Just don't start any trouble, or we'll have to intervene. So like, is that the kind of thing you're looking for?
Yeah. Sounds about right, partner. Thanks.
Well, for this side of the river is the Market District and the Crafts Ward. Not too much to talk about there. If you're looking for someone a bit more seedy, there's the Rusted Keg. Oh, nope, sorry, my mistake. That's the other side of the river. I apologize. You get turned around here pretty easily. There's let me see now. Sorry, give me just a second. In the crafts ward, there's the hammer and tankard, or the anvil and ale. They're a bit on the lower end. Or in the market district, there's the coin and goblets. Got a pretty rough idea. Or there's the rusty wagon. Now, just mind your coin purses, mind your manners, and hopefully you'll be able to make it out with all your limbs.
Appreciate the tip, friend.
And he sort of, at that, he lets you on in.
And I'm with you, friend.
The streets of Beckinsale are wonderfully curvy. No, they're all sort of
The streets of
they're all cobblestone streets. This is it's not a city you've heard of before, but it definitely gives the vibe of a more opulent city. All the buildings are
You go rich, kind of.
yeah, they're not really like uniform, even though you might just be on the nicer side of town. That he did tell you you're entering into the market district and the crafts ward, which might have more money. But you see a lot of them are stone. Many of them are several stories high. Excuse me. But funny as you're walking through, you notice other ones made of different materials. There's some wood. You even find one made of like dirt and gravel, which has been sort of like Indra and Bragg, you would expect, or an Audric, you would maybe think their earth shape spell, or whatever that spell is, I can't remember the exact name of it, has been
Older.
brought in to like move it around in a particular, like maybe like a slightly like spiral shape and stuff like that, and you put your hand on it, it's just like as hard as steel. So it's a very decently magical setting, and I said seems to have a good amount of coin around it. All sorts of bustling folks are wandering through the city. You see all the races, just all the races. You got half orcs and gnomes and halflings. All the sort of common folk. And strangely, Audric and Harrow, having come from Plink, which is maybe not as opulent, no smell, no like sewage or anything like that. However, they're handling such a large amount of people in such a small space, they're managing to keep it clean.
Nice.
It's got a good underworld.
If we're outside the guard, I'm going to gesture at you. Look, we're here to find these cultists. But we only get to play that card once.
Damn it, Michael, I just caught that. Sorry, Fergus. Sorry, I just caught
No.
that.
We only get to play that card once. We got to find the information source we trust. We trust as far as our coin goes. And then we reveal our advantage. That's my suggestion. Never want to let a perp know exactly what you're asking him ahead of time.
Okay.
Frank's just listening intently, but eating the berry, still going,
Yeah, so I will happily head to the Rusty Keg or the
Yes, we
Coin and
start-
Goblet or one of the Sea Deer Taverns.
Okay.
Do you definitely want to start in the Seedier Tavern?
I think so. You want to work your way up. Rather than going straight to the politicians of the city, be like, by the way, is there a cult here?
Yeah. Kick the door in, just be like, right. You
guys got a
bastards
cult
want to
bomb.
use in a cult.
I ain't afraid of no cult.
I'm just checking something. I'm just looking for a particular building. Give me a second. Where did I put you?
Something strange. It don't look good. Who you gonna call? Cult Busters.
Oh,
Hey,
something.
bacon sale.
Well, one of us had the good mind to pick up a cult uniform back when we were in the
That's
little
good.
town.
Oh shit, Dragon
That is
Cultists. These I never put those together.
Oh shit! We should have picked up way more.
As you're having this conversation, Emir's gonna look down at himself and go, "Yeah, definitely would have worked."
So the what was the one you said? The
Rusty keg.
the rusty
wagon.
keg.
Was it?
There was the rusty wagon and the rusty keg and the coin and goblet. The
Chocolate starfish.
Jesus Christ, Fergus! How good is your
what
memory?
was it? Anvil and ale and anvil.
Fucking hell, Jesus Christ.
What can I say,
Okay,
kids?
that's pretty impressive. Um,
Fergus was already planning out his pub crawl. That's why.
so you're going to the Rusty Wagon. So the Rusty Wagon is in the Market District. So as you ask a couple of people where to find the Rusty Wagon, who sort of give you a bit of like a cautious look as they direct you in the right direction into the Market District, and you look on the outside of it. It's a standard sort of stone 3-story building, but when you walk in, you get hit with this smell of sweat and fire, and the atmosphere. It's seedy. It's you see a lot of like gruff men either coming off like a shift, or they're all like quite sweaty. Not a lot on, in the sense of it's not a gay bar. Stop looking like that. It's so like
Harrow's kind of place.
does Harrow want to
Right into
shoot
a
up the
point.
gay bar? And on the right hand side of the building is like a gigantic roaring fire, and you can see the tavern keeper sort of behind the bar, cleaning a glass or two, very rosy faced.
Is he shirtless with a bow tie?
He's not shirtless with a bow tie, but he's very he's very red faced, and he's having like a bit of a laugh with a couple of the customers. We'll say customers
Patrons.
at the bar.
That's a good song.
Thanks.
Yeah, Harrow will try and pick his moment, and he'll just kind of basically wait until the bartender catches his eye in the middle of a story and be like, "Not a bother, friend, but when you got a second, we have eight rounds of ale, 8 mugs."
Yeah, you got Amir, Audric, Harrow, Indra, Bragg, Ariel, and 2 spares.
Oh, we got 2 big guys.
But the rats need drink.
The rats need alcohol. So you catch his eye, and he goes, and he as you get closer, you can see he does have a big twirly mustache, and he's oh, sure thing, mate. Go and grab a table. I'll be over in a second.
Right.
And you find a table, like a sort of in the center of the room, big enough for the whole party, and he walks over, planks down the eels in front of you, including
Appreciate
the 2
that.
spares, which he puts in the middle of the table.
Yeah, we got some big appetites here. Appreciate it.
Well, that's the case. We serve food as well, but it's not the best in town. But it'll fill your belly.
That's okay. I've got a iron stomach. Can we have some chips or fried hog or something for the table?
Well,
Any
we've got
tapas? Any
we've got
olives?
we've got the stew of the day, the roasted
Ooh.
sausages, and some
Ooh.
biscuits which were made a couple of days ago.
We take
Like
a lot.
American style biscuits.
Well, that's
It takes a lot.
Yes. I want
a
some
lot.
stew, some sausages, some whatever the other thing, biscuits.
Yeah, the biscuits hard biscuits are fine. Soak them in a stew. It's the best kind.
The stew, it's a fish stew. It's cod and trout.
2 fishes.
Mm.
Is it one of everything for everyone, or just yourselves?
Check off the table, I think.
All right, I'll Growler to cook it up. There's not too much of a queue, so you shouldn't be waiting that long. My name's
Appreciate
Hank, by the way. If you need anything, I'll be at the bar with the regulars.
Is there any
Cheers,
specialty
Hank.
drinks?
That's good of
Hank?
you.
We've got no specialty drinks, no. We've some specialty food if you're looking a bit more, something with a bit more flavor.
What would
There's
that be?
Grella makes a mean fire stew. It's made with beef and some.
Fire.
Yes,
Sorry,
but not
sorry.
the way you think. We've got.
Second inspiration.
You can't have second inspiration. That's not how it works. We use. It's got some young fire sacks from some young young red dragons that we've been able to get our hands on.
And how much is that?
That's about 2 gold a piece. That one, but it has some
Done.
interesting effects once you eat it.
Do you have many dragons around here to harvest? I mean, this is the heart of giant territory, right?
Aye, but those fuckers can fly, can't they? So every now and again they get brave and take a pass at us. But the two brothers out there keep us well protected, with a
That's
bit of
good.
help from us, of course.
It may
You know,
slap two gold coins on the table.
He takes him and gives you a
Fine down the
nod.
road. They weren't so lucky. Past there on the way here. Fucking dragon cultists burned the place to a cinder.
Aye,
God forbid
where's
you ever
this?
see anything like that here. At
He's
Ace's
done.
Mine, just not far from you.
Oh,
Big
right,
blue fucker.
Terrible
You
sight.
know, it's not my place to tell you your business, fellas, but that's the kind of thing the governors might like to hear. If
Thank you.
you get a moment, I'd maybe make your way to public chambers.
Right.
But
And,
I'll get your.
whereabouts is that?
So
Sky
there's
Hall.
a few ways into the Sky Hall, but there's only. You've got to be well known to get into the more private areas, but the general access platforms, the closest one here would be on the Rivergate Plaza Road. It's about 5. Come out here, turn left, 5 minutes. It's a big glowing blue thing. You can't miss it.
I'm gonna try and find a moment where I feel like I won't be aware too quickly, and I'll just very, very quietly try and slide a gold piece over to Mark and say, "Look, Mark, somebody at the walls told
His
me
name's
you were
Hank. Hank, not
Hank.
Mark.
Shit,
Yeah.
not Hank. Maybe Harrow fucks it up as Mark.
Yeah, that's Harrow's low
That's
charisma roll in
7
there.
charisma talking.
That's fine. Yeah.
I mean, in theory,
with
he's
it.
like an experienced, investigator or whatever. But yeah, he would say something like, Hank, somebody at the walls told me this is a good place to go. That you were a trustworthy man. You see, we had rumors that there's masked figures, sneaks, working for the dragons, hiding in the underbelly of the city. You hear anything like that? And I slide over that gold coin too.
He looks around and he takes the gold coin and he sort of gets in close and he's like, "Aye, lads, there's something going on in town, but look, it's a bit above my head. But you see these dragon sympathizers. There's some in town, and
Oh, yeah?
yeah." And he reaches into his back pocket and pulls out a folded over piece of parchment, which he unfolds and puts in front of you, and it's just like a medieval pamphlet style of things, or it just says in common on like a fairly printed script of down with giants, up the dragons. So this has
Where'd you
been
find
this
this
sort
one,
of
mate?
honestly, mate, we're coming in through people's doors. I go into the back kitchen to talk to Grella, come back out, and there's a stack of 20 or 30 of them sitting on my bar. I just know they appear. I don't know where they come from.
All right, mate. Appreciate it. I'm gonna pass
When
him a
was
second gold
when was
piece,
the last sighting?
and say this one's for you, mate. Have one for yourself.
This one came through my door a couple of days ago. Like I say, the council are aware, but no one knows where it's coming from. It's probably just someone playing pranks. The council are taking it serious, but I don't. I mean, with the brothers out there and some of the havoc going out, who'd be supporting the dragons in this war? Like, everyone knows the giants are going to take it eventually.
Hoorah!
And he's written down your order, and he says, "If there's nothing else, lads, I'll go tell Grella what you've ordered. Is it only one for the specialty fire stew?"
I could go for the fire stew.
And you know, do you just want ale, or do you want to hear what drinks we've got?
No, the ale's fine.
Gotta keep this little one sober.
With that, he nods, he walks away, and you know, you can. He takes a couple of minutes. He pours his eels. You got
Wait, little one.
Well, I learned something, but
You're smaller than
the
me.
underground's not going to be so easy. We've got two choices, as I see it. We do a stakeout, find out where these pamphlets are coming from. We go to the top, but then we're playing our trump card. Now, we go to the top. That ain't my business. That's one of you fancy folks. No, Indra or somebody else. I ain't no good at talking to the rich and mighty. Careful out there.
Although they did say we need to speak to the higher ups, we need some sort of connection, don't we? Though.
Maybe we visit the local alchemist. If he's got any interesting materials, he might know where about the dragons are.
Are the giants not just our connection to like the higher ups? Can we not just be like we're on giant business?
Master for a hold. It's good enough, really.
Don't forget, you've got your like insignias for
Yeah.
being part
Yeah.
of the.
We're working for a senior giant and I'm trying to do, so that's something.
Oh,
Unless they're like
The other thing we could do is just start
really
a fight and just see if any dragon supporters show up, and then try and get some information out of them. Just find a really rough bar. You know, Hank's been good to us, so we won't start a fight in his bar. But we'll find a really rough part of town, and we'll just start loudly scouting. You know, dragons are scum. Anyone who likes them are scum. Blah 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 blah. Do up the giants.
Wait. So
we could-
what's the plan? Because that all sounds like what I'd normally say.
we could go the
Yeah, we
opposite
just keep being-
direction and
Okay.
use Audric's cultist gear and be like, oh yeah, I've got one of these, and just flash the mask, see if someone nibbles.
Yeah.
That should be fine. We could go to Skyhold then. Although I keep forgetting the names of places, so Harrow was the name of the place where we saw the dragon cultists again.
Ateus
So I
fine.
can explain it. What?
Ateus is fine.
Yes, that's fine.
Don't worry.
Or we
I
can-
won't.
or
I
we
won't.
can-
I
you
will
were-
punish. I will not punish Indra for if Shadar can't remember, because I had mates who never could remember anything. But if you do it as a role play thing, then we'll see. But I'm not gonna worry if you don't remember.
Maybe we could use the robes and the mask to hang an effigy of a dragon cultist somewhere public and see who gets upset.
At this point, your food and drinks are all served in front of you.
I take a big old scoop of stew.
I'm gonna wait until I see what happens there.
Roll a con check, sure.
There's like a full half centimeter of grease that just sits on the top layer of the stew. Harrow, uses an old ranger's trick
21.
and sort of takes out a match and flambés off the fire the grease.
It's incredibly tasty. It does have a good bit of a kick to it. The general stew and the broth is fairly spicy, and the beef has absorbed a lot of the juice. But there are very small little sections of fire bladder in the actual stew, and when you bite into one of them, it's like it's not quite like Carolina Reaper style or anything like that, but they're very, very spicy. But there's no
Harrow says,
ill effects.
keep that shit away from me. I can't do spice.
That is me in real life, mate. That is me in
Yeah.
real life.
We're
And
saying
I was like,
we're
Yeah,
put on like
pretty
boiled
fine with it.
cabbage and potatoes. He's very boring.
After using the spoon to taste it and deciding he likes it, he's going to pick the whole bowl up and go,
We're saying
Ah.
that Bry's gonna take a big old spoonful.
Do you roll a con save just to see how you handle the spice levels?
I'm just gonna
Or
get a
con
drink from
check,
doing
sorry. Yeah, no worries.
Fine.
I'm gonna grab a refill in a minute as well.
Totally. 30-20, I was fine.
Yep, you can absolutely handle it. After you both consume the full stew, um, whenever when you finish the full stew, your skin starts to redden a little bit. Even you, Amir, starts to go a bit blush, and then kind of like Dragon Ball Z style, a little aura of flame kind of engulfs you for a little bit. You don't know when it's going to end. It doesn't cause any harm, or it sheds like
like
a
we're
little
just
bit of
emitting
light.
more heat than normal.
Yeah, yeah, but it's like it's an actual like visible effects of you guys like perfectly along the outline of your body. A little like call it a 3-4 millimeters of like almost like a little wall of fire around yourselves. It doesn't hurt. You don't. It doesn't affect anyone. You're not in danger of setting anything on fire. But
Just a wee
yeah,
like aura.
yeah, like a wee aura. And if you burp, Amir, if you're like you down your eel, and like a bit like a little gout of flame comes out as well.
Emir is going to
Not
turn
too
to
bad.
Bragg then and be like, "Hey, Krillin,
do you have it? Yeah, you do. Oh, that would have got me. Right, I will be back in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna grab another drink.
yeah." Bragg shaved his head and gets like 6 spots on his forehead. It was as you started talking about the weird side effect of the stew. I remembered our game last week when you were just like, "Oh, I'm going to take pixie dust and then eat these weird fire mushrooms and then take some more pixie dust."
Yeah, I just wanted to, just wanted to do a bunch of drugs in that tavern for some reason.
Yeah, Shree, Michael's character in my game, took so many drugs and weird alchemical ingredients that at first he started burping fire like accidentally, and now he's permanently got the create bonfire cantrip, but can only do it by burping fire.
The person taking drugs.
It would be fine in like any other campaign, but like it's Strixhaven, so I could just burp at my desk when I'm taking a test, be like, oh shit, there goes the test.
I accidentally burped fire on my homework.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dylan did not pick up on the fact that I was trying to wind him up before.
With
Yeah, but when we didn't let the caribou get away, united we did it. And then I got there was zero reaction on Dylan's face. I've just got seeing him swearing at me.
Don't know what you mean. I
Sorry.
don't swear at people.
What a miss.
Oh, I was just seeing if I got any reaction out of Dylan after pointing out the caribou joke.
Ugh.
We should take one of the skulls and make a cup out of it.
I'm very impressed that you guys entered into a city with a market district and it didn't instantly turn into a shopping episode, which I had kind of anticipated, I'm not gonna lie.
Well, we
Im-
haven't been given very much gold, to be fair.
how much gold
That's
do I
true.
have?
I think we each have about 50, right?
Yeah,
I've got 69.
I got a
I've got
fair amount.
Nice.
We
I don't know
we could shop.
Did anyone else hear 69?
Oh, fucking great song.
69.
Great song. Love that song. I got to see
I
it
was gonna
live. It was
try.
amazing.
I was gonna
What is
try
this,
and
the
like
Alex musical episode?
Every episode is an Alex musical episode.
Yeah.
I was gonna try and incorporate a bunch of like Kate Beckinsale movie titles into any kind of roleplay, but they all don't fit. I don't know
Nope.
how the fuck we're gonna include serendipity into a dialogue.
Well, you're gonna have to go to the
Challenge
Sky Hall because
accepted.
that's just serendipity.
like Total Recall. Where's that coming? Where's that going?
You could work it in if you tried hard enough.
You could have
Come
said
on,
that about
Michael.
remembering people's names.
Yeah. Who's
I
playing
was
your
about to
hand,
say
man?
she was in Total Recall, and I realised she was in the weird reboot Total Recall.
If you can,
Yeah.
whoever can naturally, I'm right. Whoever can naturally work in, here's a challenge for you. Before you leave Beckinsale, it doesn't have to be tonight. Whoever can naturally work in Van Helsing as the movie title into a conversation, I will quadruple your gold.
What happens if we incorporate Pearl Harbor into our...
Hank says, "Oh look, the karaoke's starting, and a group of sailors are over there. You see, two of them are sitting down. And they go, "Come on, Van, hell, sing!"
Yeah,
So what Fergus? What
Emir
you
wouldn't
missed
mind
whenever
buying some more weapons.
what you missed when yeah, absolutely. It is like 9 a.m. So you've had a really hefty breakfast. When they finished their fire stew, they kind of went a little blush, and for about 3 or so millimeters around like their entire frame, their entire body, a little aura of magical fire appeared. It doesn't do any damage, but it emits like dim light for a little bit. It's not setting the table on fire or anything like that. They're fine. And then Emir let out like a big belch, and a little gout of fire came out as well. So you think that maybe especially being ranger, the fire bladder that is in the stew has probably had some kind of magical effect on them.
Nice.
It could be from winged creatures, if you will.
Is that a Beckinsale movie?
I don't know all her movie titles, so a lot of these are going to be lost on me. All I know is just fit.
At least one of them will click with you.
Did you ever watch Porridge?
Is she in Click?
Yeah, she's the wife.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not
Imagine-
watched that movie in
That's
so
Imagine
long.
Imagine using a remote to skip away your life.
With
Kate
Kate Beckinsale. Jesus, I have not watched that movie in so long. Strangely,
I've
the
seen it
thing that
once.
sticks in my mind the most about that movie is the dog that made the duck do all the work. Don't know why. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you got.
have you-
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, have you ever watched Porridge? Because the
The-
younger bloke in that's her dad.
I did not know that. So you finish your meals, you finish your drinks. You've been told where a glowing. He didn't really tell you what the crack was with getting to Sky Hall, just that there was some sort of glowing blue platform. Go out, turn left, walk 5 minutes, and that'll get you to Sky Hall. That's as much as you found out. Or, as I said, you are in the more affluent side of town. You've got the Market District and the Crafts Ward. So you can look around, see what you can find. It's up to the party what they want to do.
Right, guys, hear me out. Weapons.
Okay. I'm listening.
Stabby weapons. Slashy weapons. Bonky weapons.
Bonky.
Okay.
No, that's good and all, but you have enough weapons, I think, Amir.
Did you not? Yeah. Did you not just make yourself a weapon?
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
How many can you
Arrow.
carry? How many hands do you have?
Harrow, if he's able
I
to,
can
and
leave
there's not
some on
strong
the
licensing
weapon.
laws against it, we'll go into a nearest general store and buy a bottle of something cheap, like a brown bottle of beer, or a very, very cheap sort of handled whiskey or vodka, as he's going to use it in an upcoming bit.
Is this you trying to make Van Helsing
No,
work?
No, this, He's gonna just start screaming, "I don't want a fucking sack," and try and start a fight.
So
Is there anywhere I
you,
could get like a map of this place? Like, can I go buy a map? Because it's a
yeah,
big city, isn't it?
yeah. Just forewarning. I understand. Like, I appreciate the non-meta-ing that you guys can see the map on
Yeah.
screen,
I
but
ju-
that is the map you will get.
Yeah, no,
That-
that's fair. No, I
I
didn't
have
want to
nothing
be
more
like, oh
details.
yeah, let's go to the commons, guys,
No,
without having a clue where it is.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that non-meta-ing. Yeah, so you ask around, you get sort of sent to the while you're in the market district. You know, that could be like there's some taverns in there. Some of the shop owners live here to be close to work and things like that. You get sort of sent to the commercial hub, and you get told of a couple of the stores that are around. So the main general store is the Golden Sheaf General Store. The main like magical item store is called the Fey Whisper Curious. The main weapons slash blacksmiths is called the Iron Vein Forge Works. And then there's like a jeweler and runestone store called the Gilded Cut. And there is a store catering specifically to bows and crossbows called the Feather and Bolt. And this is where slightly breaking immersion style Witcher 3 little freeze game side screen tutorial. In my games, there is more than one way to enchant a weapon. Because I believe there is more than one way for races to figure out how to use magic. I am a firm believer that dwarves, in the antithesis to elves, enchant their weapons by socketing powered gems into their weapons rather than using spells. Because they're miners, they're not spell weavers. So the jeweled store would sell kind of, they'll make like a carbon notch, like a socketed notch into your weapon, like Diablo style, and you can put in gems. There might be a fire gem that adds like fire damage to your stuff. So there's more than one way to enchant the weapon in my games. Close tutorial. Continue.
Real quick, is there by any chance another jewelers near the river?
Uh,
Right on the side of the river, by any chance?
I don't know what you're going for, but we could, yeah, let's do it. Let's say there's another one. We'll call it the
The
Riverstone.
Pearl Harbor?
Pearl Harbor. Fuck off. Yeah, sure. We can have Pearl Harbor. It's back in seal. Fuck's sake.
Oh, actually, Emir wants to get his wolf pelt sorted as well into a cloak.
Oh, like a leather worker. You'd
Yeah,
imagine.
well, some sort of leatherworker slash enchanter, because she said it's got like a aura of cold already. So
Mhm. Well, uh, well, we can role play that whenever you can
Okay.
enter a store and we can talk about that. So, where would you like to? You kind of, it's not quite a square. There's not like a central hub. There's like a central area, but they're not all just sit there facing each other. They're sort of darted about the place. But you get directed to the different stores. So where would you like to go to first?
Well, I know where I want to go, but that's kind of actually what we're trying to do related, so I'll let everyone else do their thing first.
Well, I don't know how much I think crossbows have their place. Let's see, I should spend 100 gold on crossbow bits if you find maybe a fantastic gun. But yeah, maybe head to the crossbow store and just kind of window shop and browse.
might I recommend looking at crossbow stores for stocks and good wood.
Good.
Also, Odric, if you need help making the wood part of the weapon, I'm your guy.
I appreciate the
That's one or
offer.
two.
I take a look at his club and I can literally see the splinters on the side where he just kind of forcibly chiseled it with his dagger, and I'm good, thanks.
He has carpenter's tools. He used chisels.
I think as the group splits up, and Harov has a moment to himself, and he's on a bench and he's just looking at life in a town, the life that he could never have since his accident, his injury. He sees baker, policeman, a young family, a pregnant woman. She's reading a book. What to expect when you're Van Helsing. And he regrets these things.
All right, Fergus. All right, you can have it. Whatever your gold is, times it by 4, because this is a fun, non-serious game. So do it. You can have it. Fuck's sake.
Quantity over quality, my friend.
Hey, I'm all for it. I might regret it in 6 sessions time, but right now, I don't care. It's fun.
If anyone can get Underworld Blood Wars into a conversation,
That's a
times
stretch.
10.
You just
I don't know
win
about
D&D. That's it.
Yeah.
I tell you what, the good about weeds round here. There's no rise of the lichen.
I regret this time's name. It's like,
I hope all the towns after this will be named by actors.
Okay. Anyway,
The next one's called Vice.
I'm not sure I get
After
that
our
one.
conversation about Kate Beckinsale versus Rachel Weisz.
Oh yes. Sorry.
I feel like
Um,
I'm an empath. I feel like we're just slightly losing the thread of the plot here.
No, it's here somewhere. We'll find
Sridhar
it.
is like desperately like control center of himself.
Once we
Harrow.
get the map, we're away.
Harrow, do me a favor.
It's-
Roll a perception check.
Sure, like those.
Don't worry, guys. Keep making your puns. Niall's just making much ado about nothing.
As you are observing the expectant mother reading a book and the rest of these lives that you can't have, you're walking past, or like between buildings, like past an alleyway. You see like 3 or 4 rats, brains exposed. They look at you and then scurry away from you down the alley. You don't see where they go, but they turn and run from you rather than follow you.
Oh, really? Do you think Harrow's seen these particular types of rats before or not?
Every now and again you would see this kind of rat in your swarm, but your swarm is hard to keep track of. Like there's Alvin, no wait, that's Derek, no shit, that's Steven. But you would see one of them every now and again, but they're definitely in and amongst your followers. These ones, for whatever reason, they turn and run.
Harrow stops and pauses, and then he kind of almost smiles as he turns and walks away. That's the first time in a couple of years that a rat's tried to sort of get up right in his face and be as close as it can. Take my blessings when I can, I guess.
And then as you're walking around, you find a building, like a town, not a building, not a town, sorry. A shop that wasn't sort of said to you explicitly. It sort of has this wooden front painted red and scorch marks around the door frame, and a swinging signboard shaped like a barrel with a lit fuse, and on it says Emberwick's Bang and Boom. Just as you're out exploring, you come across this fairly small building.
Quite happily go in.
You go in. So as you enter, there's a bit of a smell of sulfur and burnt metal, strangely enough. On the interior, there's the front counter. You can see each of the corners and each sort of joist and all is reinforced with iron, and there's burn marks all across the surface. As you enter, there's a bell that rings, and as you do, there's from the back room, there's just like a scorched curtain. A human male, about mid-40s, quite wiry, with thick goggles, comes in and is like, "Yes, who's there?"
I'm feeling your name's Victor. Hello. I was
Hello.
hoping to see what you had in store. Where I'm from, we don't have too many explosives.
Well, explosives are what I have. My name's where did I lost his name? My name's Garvin. How can I help? What kind of explosives are you looking for?
Well, Audric said that, in some of the gnomish cities, they've got these boomsticks. They can put out as much damage as a heavy crossbow, but at better ranges.
Well, I wouldn't be as good as any of those gnomish fellas, but I have some kegs and I have fuse cords and some charges. I have some fireworks. I have some, I've acres of black powder just lying around. Or if you've got a bit of extra money, I could give you something a little bit more wallop.
I'm listening.
Well, I have these fire bombs, which I put my own name on. They're good, and he pulls out a little a clay flask, with a little fuse on the end of it. Light this and throw, and it'll get rid of whatever's in your path. Or if you need a bit more of an obscure way of getting away, there's these wee hands this little like black, almost looks like a little bit of coal. If you throw that on the floor, it poof, and it'll obscure anything in the nearby vicinity, helping you get away.
That's pretty good.
Or finally, I've got Big Bessie.
Uh-huh.
Alarm.
And what does Big Bessie do? Big Bessie doesn't drive. That thing looks wild.
Stay right there. And he runs out the back, and he comes back in, and he's got almost, it looks like a gauntlet, that where the knuckles would be were 4 holes, and then he puts. I've only made one of these that fit, and he pulls out a rocket that's about 4 inches long on a wooden stake, and he sort of shows that the wooden stake fits into the knuckle rivet, and light that and hold on with both hands because she's got some kick, and that'll pretty much obliterate whatever's in your path.
Sound of that. That's XCOM, baby. All right. How much are you looking to get for Bessie over here?
Bessie's about 200 gold pieces. That gets you the rocket. Your first rocket comes with, and the gauntlet itself. Everything else, you'd have to come back, and it's probably going to charge about 50 gold a rocket. It takes me about. I just invented it, so it takes me a little bit of time to make one.
All right. Well, if I gave you 250, could I take Bessie in the first rocket? Some smoke powder as a sweetener, and then on layaway, I'll buy another rocket from you when it's ready.
Sure. And he gives you, you exchange the gold. He hands over the
He was
gauntlet.
burning a hole in my pocket fast.
He hands you the gauntlet and the first rocket included, and then he hands you 6 of these smoke blast orbs
Nice.
to go. So these are homebrew items I've not put on D&D Beyond yet. The rocket deals 3d6 fire damage in a line and has a 10% chance to backfire or be a dud. And the smoke blast orb creates thick black smoke in a 20-foot radius and lasts a minute, so it can help you get away, or if say you're covering a downed ally, it can help give you obscure, so you wouldn't be affected by visual spells and stuff. That sort of stuff.
Nice. Okay, that's great.
What can I call you, sir, who's just bought put a bit of coin across my counter.
I'm Harrow, friend. Pleasure to meet you, Gavin.
He sees your hand and wipes off his to no avail because he's covered in this
Doesn't bother
black
me, friend.
powder. And he reaches out and says, "Well, Harrow, I hope to see you again soon. Always come back, and I'm sure there's always more stuff to be sold here. If you've got anyone
Sure.
else who likes explosives, send them my way."
I'm sure we can find something. If you come in any coin, I'll be the first to know.
Yep.
He may want to go and try and find a shop that's going to be able to sort of cure/enchant this cloak.
So after asking around a little bit, you think that the best place to cure the cloak would be the Feather and Bolt. They mainly deal with crossbows and archery and that sort of stuff, but being a sort of survivalist shop, they do deal in tanning leathers and the like.
Okay.
So
Audrey, you want to go have a look at some crossbows and the like?
Yeah, why not? Someone's got to keep you out of trouble.
so as you enter, you don't really so much enter the Feather and Bolt as you come. It's sort of like an open storefront, almost like the typical marketplace you would see in like sort of Middle Eastern countries. You have like all the people walking past and forth and sort of selling their wares.
Like all open stuff out.
Like a bazaar.
Yeah, like a bazaar. Perfect. I couldn't remember the name. So on the storefront, it's got like rabbit skins and some like meat and all as well. It's got a little bit of a food and berries vibe to it, and then it sets back in. It's about 10 feet long. As you walk further in, the more valuable wares are there. With behind the main desk, you see bows and crossbows and quivers, probably some of the more valuable quivers and arrows, and then some of your more basic stock is set around the side. Manning the sort of desk is a female human looking about in her 50s.
The widow, if you will.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't keep giving inspiration because there's no more inspiration to give. You know what? I feel like puns are going to be a big part of this campaign. Starting now, and I am absolutely going to regret this rule. It's a gold pun.
Called the Punishers.
If that's what you want to call yourselves. If that's what you want to call yourselves.
Wait,
Each
We've not got
pun.
a name yet. We've not got a
wait,
name yet.
are we getting
Like a
paid
bit-
or is it a punishment?
Each
That's hot,
pun.
man.
Here's the risk. If it's a good pun, you
Yes.
get a gold. If it's a bad pun, you lose a gold.
Well, call me the
That's-
guilty party.
If it's really bad, does it go back to good again? Because if you make everyone groan,
Yes, it can come
Yeah,
back
I
around.
believe that there's no such thing as a bad pun.
It can come back around, but yes, because I can't keep giving out inspiration. Because
I think this was going to have pun intended consequences.
I feel
Give
like
that
it will
man a
be.
go.
I feel like this might derail the campaign more in like giving us even more reason to give us puns. But
oh well, it'll be.
I might as
fine.
well be getting paid for all the puns I'll be making anyway.
It's banter. It's not like you're turning around and I walk up and punch a dragon. It's just a bit of banter.
I feel like Indra's been studying his notes on this let's go meet the governor's thing for like the last 40 minutes, so we've just been making puns.
Per intro.
Yeah, I go up to the one behind the thing. I'm like, I hear you're the guys to talk to if I want to get some rare hide cured.
Yes, that's me. I can help you with that. And as she steps forward, sort of out of the shadows to talk to you, you see she's this short cropped auburn hair, sort of streaking with grey a little bit, is wearing a leather apron, and her right eye is covered by a simple brass rimmed monocle. And she has these really like very sharp, sort of almost predatory eyes. and she steps forward. She says, "Yes, I'm sure I can help. May I see the pelt you wish to have cured? What kind of creature? What kind of?"
Welcome to Hide and Seek, the best leatherworking shop in the.
To
It's
keep it
feather and
fresh,
bolt.
because his body like radiates cold generally, other than that stew before. He's just sort of had it draped over himself. So he just like takes it off and goes, "It's this large frost wolf hide."
So Amir is now uncovered.
No, he still has. His back's uncovered. His tattoo's now visible. Says, "Oh, this is very good job. Did you skin this?"
Oh yeah, I've got plenty of experience with that.
I can clearly tell. I'm very impressed. A lot of stuff half the pelt isn't usable because of they've torn at the
No,
tendons
no,
and they've.
a group was a ranch hand.
I wouldn't be too impressed. He used to practice on children.
Jesus Christ. She's
Ig-
like. She's
Ignore
very,
the
very.
midget. He's he's a bit cuckoo for cocoa puffs, if you know what they're saying.
Oh yes, of course. So what what way do you want this tanned? I assume this is to be worked into leather, but is it for a creature of your friend's size, of which I could probably make like 4, or is it for a creature of your size,
Oh
or
no,
what's the?
it's for my size. I'm thinking a cloak with like the head of the wolf coming up over.
Oh, so it's less to be turned into leather and more just cured so that it doesn't rot.
Ah, yes, cured and preserved, as it were.
Okay, and do you want do you just want the hide, or do you want the fur and the sort of visage of the wolf kept, or do you just want it turned into
Oh
more
yeah,
like a
that's a good
cloak?
idea.
Okay, okay, and then I was
I was mainly
thinking,
I was mainly interested in its natural frost properties, but actually, yeah, I like that. I like the look of that
oh yes,
with the.
this will give you some sort of it'll help with resisting the cold, and I wouldn't think it would do anything to stop some actual like attack coming at you, but if you're in a tundra of sorts, it might help keep you warm and stop any kind of fatigue from that way. But I tell you what, I'll put sort of like a strap around the jaw to act to keep it. You can hook that under your chin, and then on the arms, because you've got the full pelt, the legs and the arms and all that sort of. I can put like a bit of some leather cuffs so that you can strap it on so that it moves with you and stuff like that.
Leather cuffs.
um, it'd probably take me. The curing process will take a couple of days, but the actual work could be it's just some hanging over a drying rack in the right conditions and then sewing some leather cuffs into it. Cost you maybe 2 gold in 2 days, if you think that's fair.
You look like a lass that might like to do a bit of barter.
I enjoy bartering, yes, for the right items, or
How many pounds of frosty meat would you like to?
she
In
is
a
going to roll an
in
insight
trade?
check to see if you are coming on to her or not. That was just perfectly phrased. I can't. I'm just gonna mark her as a commoner. She's not any kind of. No, actually, she is. I'm gonna mark her as a champion because she has a background. Yeah, there we go. So I said insight, which is a wisdom check. Let me just double check. It has, like I said, it's been a while. Been a while. Insight is wisdom, so she's gonna make a straight wisdom check. She doesn't have insight. She sort of seems to like your vibe. She says, "Oh, threatening me with a good time, are you? I like shoot you a wink.
That, he's got his hand in his bag, but he goes, if that's what you'd like.
Well, I mean, I've got a couple of frost-resistant potions here, you know. Then I always keep one in my back pocket just in case.
I'm
But
just
if
kind
you're
of stood
talking,
there, just awkwardly observing.
Yeah, I'm nowhere near this. I'm
Yeah,
not
Odric's fully aware
stories.
that Odric's fully aware that it may probably means the Frostwolf meat.
Would that not be rancid by now?
um,
It's been over a week.
It has been over a week, but Amir's
It's naturally cold,
satchel.
and I'm
Amir is
naturally cold.
naturally
Mm.
cold, and his satchel would be against him. Roll me, Alex. Roll me a D100, and we'll go with that as the quality of the meat. 100 is great. 100 is perfect, and a 0 or 1 is like rancid.
This is a
Yeah,
bit
Alex,
crazy
show us the
if it comes out
quality of your
perfect.
meat.
73.
73. It isn't just off the bone, but whereas if like Odric or Indra or Harrow or anyone else was carrying it, it would be completely spoiled. For Emir, it's like it was cut off 2 days ago. So it's starting to dry slightly, but it's still very much serviceable.
Fair.
So I've lost my train of thought for that
So then
conversation.
Emir rolls a Constitution check, and then we'll see. We'll get back to the party.
She
This chick's about to bang you, Mir.
So Alex's meat is perfectly serviceable. Good to know.
She sort of looks you up and down, pulls a flask out of her from under her counter and drinks it, and walks into the back room and looks over her shoulder to see if you are following her.
This sounds like a perfect tale of love and friendship.
This is,
Oh,
this is gonna
She
be like
has
one of
a-
the fucking like governor's daughters or something, and he's gonna just
Before
he's
you
just gonna ruin this.
her description before you follow her as like her appearance is she has a wiry frame and strong hands calloused from years of bow work. Alex, roll me a con save. Would you like to reach?
he rolled 15.
So, Audric,
He
you
said,
kind
"Would
of
you like to read?"
Audric, you sort of plug your ears and go to your happy place. About 20 minutes go by, and she walks back into the shop floor first. Hair, slightly askew, straightening her aprons and her skirts and sort of like re-pinning her hair a wee bit. And then after follows Amir. And she says, well, for those few pounds of icy meat, I will do the work for 5 silver.
Jesus.
What a deal! And he puts the 5 silver down.
And then she says, as long as you remember to come
Actually-
back and see me again, and shoot you another wink.
Well, I'll have to. He's going to ask if he can get some of the leather made into a bag that's the reverse, so it's actually cold.
Oh, you want her to try and enchant a bag of cooling for you?
Maybe not with like the holding properties, but like if
Something
I
to
can get an actual bag of colding, great. If not, just one that'll keep stuff fresh.
Well, are you asking her to? Sorry, I might have misunderstood. Are you asking her to make part of the wolf skin into that for you, or like as in like pockets in the actual?
Oh yeah,
Cloak.
part of the like wolfskin off, so it's a separate item.
Okay.
From what you were saying,
So-
I'm guessing the cloak's going to be like a cloak version of the Ring of Warmth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. I'll probably be able to, I assume you're not going to wrap this around your legs, so I'll be able to cut from the like both hind quarters off and make that into sort of a bag, but it'll be effective, but it won't be anything really to write home about. If you go over to the magic store in town, I can't remember the name off the top of my head, he'd probably be able to make you something, that shop would probably be able to do something a bit more robust, maybe give you a bit more longevity out of your items. But I can do something, I suppose.
Tell you what, if you do the shape work, I'll get him to enchant it.
Yeah, that perfect. And yes, if you've got
And where did you say that was? Did you say it was over by House Bazaar?
is that a pun?
House
I
Bazaar. House Bazaar.
Fuck. Jesus. Take
I
a gold off him.
what?
Take a gold off.
Yeah, I don't fully get it, so I'm gonna charge a gold. I charge you
Song
a
House
gold for that
Bazaar.
one.
How
House
bizarre. He's
Oh, okay, I get it now. Yeah, I'm gonna take a gold off you for that one.
Ah, damn it.
So
All that to save some gold, and I still end up losing gold.
you're looking for I think it's Fey Whisper something or other. The proprietor there will be able to do something for you. If you're in town for a couple of days, I'll be able to give this back to you then. And if anyone else needs anything ranged, come and see me. And I am going
What
to
if I have
roll.
another friend who needs help keeping their meat cold?
Is that not what he's looking to do with this pelt?
Can you please roll insight to see that I'm making a dig at her?
Okay. She can make an insight check. 13. So I'm gonna say it probably zips right by her.
Okay.
She does not understand. But
She'll
Audric,
hit
what? So you had about 20 minutes in the shop, fairly unattended. You notice that there's a lot of sort of like common items in here. You see like caltrops and ball bearings and things like that. You notice that there's a couple of light crossbows, a couple of heavy crossbows. The work on it is good. This woman clearly knows her stuff. And being in tune with the arcane a little bit, some of the arrows on the other side of the storefront, they're sort of hung up individually, are imbued with some kind of magic.
Harrow only has a light crossbow, right?
I
It's
would
got a heavy
allow Harrow to confirm or deny that, considering how many times you've worked on it. I don't know off the top of my head, but Audric, would know.
What exactly is the
Does he?
question?
Does he have a light or
What
heavy
kind
crossbow?
of crossbow does Harrow have?
Yeah, I would say it's a heavy crossbow. I think
It's a heavy
kind of
crossbow.
I think
Okay.
like the heavy crossbow in real life was like something you had to like put on the floor and like winch up or put on
Yeah.
the floor and kind of But I think in game we said it's like kind of a big bolt action crank or something like that.
Does she have like
Audric's
any like?
enchanted it, so it's like a repeating heavy
Yeah.
+1, basically.
Yeah.
Does she have any like from what I can see? Does she have any bolts with like attachments on the end, like glass vials or like potentially explosive bolts?
You look around and you see that over in one corner is a stack of quite heavy bolts, and they don't have any attachments per se, but they're all fitted with that like with the fitting you could attach something into. It's like a little double coupling that you could put like a glass jar or a bomb or something like that. So they don't have they're equipped for attachments, but they don't have anything in that slot.
Okay.
Just our
When she comes back, I'm going to ask her how much they would be per bolt.
per bolt. I'm feeling very generous at the minute, so I would charge. Let me look up what the actual price would be, because I don't want to be like, I was about to say a silver a bolt, but I think that's probably extortionate.
Well,
Also, can't
also-
Odric use a catapult on bolts to fire them as well?
I can, and I also get a 20% discount on non-magic items.
Is that to do with your background?
Yeah, because I'm a crafter.
Oh. Give me 2
Yeah,
seconds.
so I've got the artisan background, so I get, whenever you buy a non-magic item, you receive a 20% discount.
So, a crossbow is 50 gold pieces. How much is one? A set of 20 crossbow bolts is 1 gold piece each. So we will say, after the vigorous scene 2 she's had, she, and your discount on top of that, she will sell you them for 50 copper.
For 20 of them?
For 50 copper each.
For each bolt, okay. Okay, so what's that? That's 5 silver per bolt. I will spend
Is it gold 10, silver, or 100? I can't remember.
10, isn't it?
I think it's 10.
I think it's 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I broke our economy in our last game because I thought platinum was 100 gold pieces. And Michael in our Curse of Strahd game found every treasure room.
I was
Just happened
so
to
rich.
roll. He was fucking loaded. He had gems, he had platinum pieces, he had gold, and yeah, first time around being a DM, completely fucked the
Can
economy.
they say gold is something like $100 in modern money? It's crazy.
Yeah.
Really?
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
It's not a
a
thing.
So like a mug
gold.
of ale should be like coppers, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember,
a couple of
Dan-
gold is how much like a family would, like a farmer would earn for a whole year.
Yeah.
Dan ruined the economy of the
Okay.
town because of like he just had a parade and threw all like gold pieces out to like all these poor people. It
So I
just ruined
punished
the
him the
town.
next time he went to town. He created a wealth vacuum and was lynched. And that's not a joke.
So for 5 gold, I can get 10 of these then.
10.
10 of the modified bolts with
No, it's 5
Oh,
silver
okay.
for one. So
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So for 5 gold, yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah,
it was 50 copper for one.
Which is 5 silver.
Oh, is it? Oh shit, yeah, sorry. My mistake. 10 times 10, isn't it? That doesn't seem
Yeah.
like enough of a discount. Call it 1 silver. I thought I was giving you a huge discount there. It's 1 silver for one.
1 silver. Okay, so I'll buy 20 of them and spend 2 gold.
Cool.
And I'll just
Cool. Oh, thank you very much. Be careful with what you attach to them. You know, if you're buying this sort of stuff, you must be well versed with aerodynamics and the like. You know, it can cause the bolt to be weighted wrong, make you miss your target, things like that. So just be careful what you attach.
Thank you. That's all I wanted from her. Did you get what you wanted, Amir?
more than.
Yes, I'm sure that won't have any consequences in 9 months' time.
See you later.
So there is still, again, this is everyone, telling you what you want. There is still the general store, which hasn't been visited. There's the
That's where I will be.
okay, Bragg is going
Open
to
map.
the Golden Sheaf General Store. So as you enter, you see it's sort of typical stone front. As you enter, a little ding 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 goes on off the bell as you open the door. There are warm, crowded aisles, sacks of grain, coils of rope, lanterns, a painted sheaf of wheat upon the door, and the crowded aisles, sacks of grains, and all are on the inside. Sorry. The counter is on the left-hand side of the room, and it has someone behind it, along with a locked glass case on the front with some like sort of more expensive items. And the person behind the glass case is a halfling in her looks to be in her late 50s.
Oof. Too old for me.
Why are they all in their 50s?
I don't know. That is just what's maybe they're all retired veterans.
Got on
Single
looked
man.
on
Last
John.
year, seeing this time. Fuck the dragon thing. We're gonna figure this out.
Everyone's in their 50s.
Why is this a retirement home for humans?
It's like Midsummer, if they turn 61, they have to literally kill themselves.
This is a halfling. I'll have you know this is a halfling.
How you know?
Shut up, Michael.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Lose a gold.
Okay, right.
You gonna be brave, or are you a little shyer?
Hello. Can I get?
I don't know what to do with that one.
Can I just forget
I'll
about
have a
it?
gold back that I lost before.
Hello. Do you have a town map and also a way into that sky hole, please?
Well, hello, sugar. Yeah, I have a town map. You know, we just sort of give them away around here. You know, they're fairly easy to make. You know, so she just hands you a town map.
Well, she seems very merry.
Portrait. Portrait.
Oh God. What do you
Apparently,
think?
apparently
Punish
they're
that
just
one?
giving it away.
I am very quickly thinking of rescinding that idea. So, and what was the other thing you want to get in the Sky Hall?
Is that physically? Is there a part like a? Is there a way in? Because I just on the map even it looks like it's just kind of just floating there on the water.
Well, damn, sugar, have you never taken a come out here, take a look to your right? It is floating across the river.
Yeah. Oh, that yes, but how
So
me get in there?
Stairway to
you
heaven.
don't know a lot about. Okay, you can have the gold for that one. You can have the gold for that one. You don't know a lot about magic, do you?
I dabble.
So in various places around here, there's you seen those glowing blue spots in the road?
Yes.
They're teleportation stones, honey. You stand in them, and you know they're actually really interesting. You can cross over them and not go up the
Listen,
sky hall, but if
I'm sorry. I'm not a big city druid. I'm a simple country druid.
oh, you're a druid. Well, very
So
nice to meet you. My name's Marla, by the way. I know he didn't ask, but my name's Marla.
you're right. I didn't ask. I'm gonna tell you
Um,
my name. I'm on official jam business.
oh, your official job business? Well, damn. Well,
There's a bunch of 50-year-olds running around this town. We're trying to get the bottom.
this is like you with the dwarfs with mustaches all over again. Well,
I was right.
you know, just a lot of people come here. The city is sort of up and coming. A lot of people come here to retire. Like myself and my two nephews, we've come here to retire. Well, I've came to retire, kind of drag them vagabonds along with me. So if you want to get up in the Sky Hall, there's one near here. You sort of stand on the big blue glowing plate and just think about traveling the Sky Hall, and it seems to work. I don't know all the ins and outs, but yeah, it seems to be. That's how we get in there.
You can do that with any of the districts in the area.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's how you get into all like the common sections. There's rumors of some of the more inner chamber areas have like their own specific transporters, but I think you need like proper clearance to get into it. But there's a general one that gets you sort of into like the general chambers.
Right. Well, that's everything. Thank you. Whatever your name was, Darla.
It's Marla.
Yep, that's what I said. I'm just gonna skip out.
Okay, you don't pay attention to any of her other inventory, and you now have the town map. So you have a
Got what I needed.
yep, you have a fully mapped out for the market district, the crafts ward, the dock ward, the giants table, the commons, the timber bridge, the lantern bridge, and the hill giants brothers lodge. Something that isn't on the map on above VTT, but is on the map that you bought, is you notice in the crafts ward. Is that the right place? Just make sure that it's not the crafts ward. Where the hell is it?
It's the Kraftwerk.
Where did I put it? Is it the crafts? Oh yeah, in the crafts ward. Sorry, I was right. Contains a astronomy tower.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna try and meet up with as much of the party as I can because we're all kind of spread out, but and give them the information of how to get into the Sky Hall.
Okay. Is Indra looking to buy anything?
Yeah, to be fair, I was quite intrigued by the gems, to be honest. So, if there's any chance I could go into the store to check for the enhancement ones, just so I could see what
Absolutely.
he was gonna focus.
So the gem store is called the Gilded Cut.
Oh, you were going to say a
So-
different cut.
the Gilded Cuck.
Or gilded cock.
Yeah,
so,
you have to sit in a chair in the corner while you're being served.
so you can have a gold fountain.
Yes.
So on the front of the door, it's one of the few doors that
Hannah
have
turns around and sees a mirror. It's got like 200 gold from somewhere. He's like, where does all this gold keep coming from?
it's a wooden storefront with a almost completely glass planed front door, and Indra, being a merchant, is probably got a bit of an ear and an eye for the finer things in life. So as the door opens, you hear the sort of familiar sort of bell chime a lot of places have to let them know that a customer's come in. But instead of it sounding like a little ring a ding ding, it almost sounds like the scrape of like a rough cut. You'd imagine maybe like a useless gemstone against the inside of a brass housing. So rather than it being like a ding ding, it's more like a kind of sound. And in the main room are just loads and loads of glass display cases, sorry, with velvet trays and cut gems sat on top of them, and they're sort of all color coded by school or by element, depending on what sort of properties they have. Hang on, sorry, I might need to run up to Clodagh. I will be 2 seconds. I think she just needs her dummy put in. I'll be right back.
Sure, I'll also get a drink while he's away then.
O'Hara, when we meet back up, by the way, I will give you the bolts. So you can have 3 acid bolts and an alchemist firebolt.
Love it.
So if you want to add those, so I
That
can
was
pick
not
them
how I
up
was
now.
expecting the wolf pelt shop to go. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give her some of this Frostwolf meat, but say it in such a way because he's not stupid, but he has got an intelligence of 10. So I was just like, oh, some frosty, some icy meat. But
This is all Niall's fault. He mentioned the shopping episode.
yeah, I was literally as soon as we walked in, I saw there was a craft ward. I was like, oh, Emir wants to buy a glaive and he wants to get his cloak sorted, but we were like, no, let's go do the
three
quest.
acid bolts
And then
and
Niall
one
was like,
fireball.
yeah,
Sorry about that.
3
Sometimes she
acid,
loses
1
her
alchemist.
dummy.
And then Niall was like shopping episode. I'm like, okay then, like that.
That
That's
wasn't
the.
a hint. That wasn't a hint. You
Well, no,
didn't have
I
to
was
shop.
controlling myself, and then you're like, oh, go ahead. Just to sort of like wrap it up, MA would like to grab a glaive from somewhere. I don't know how much that'd be, but first he wants to find out how much it's going to cost him to get the enchantment done on his cloak.
Sorry, she's going again. I'll be right back.
No worries.
I like to imagine while Indra is getting served in this shop, his familiar just looking through the glass door, just watching from outside.
I'm on the outside. I'm looking in. What shape does your familiar take?
Oh wait, talking about mine.
Yeah.
Oh, it's what was that again? It's a closet.
Oh, closet.
Was it?
Yeah, because I
Look
go
like
back to the
Celestial.
chain by it. Yeah, those are last ones. They are quite
You
useful to
respect
be honest.
Celestial too much to make them be a minion. So
I know. To be
enslaved
honest, I
them.
should. To be honest, I should not be using a gloss. I should be using a fairy or something. But yeah, who cares?
I mean, you can always just say it's a Celestial with a Quasit stat block. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it potentially
seen-
be fairy.
Have you seen there's a more playtest material up for called apocalyptic subclasses?
Yeah, and everyone's like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
just started
yeah.
doing Dark Sun.
I did look into it. Yes, I generally prefer to play darker characters. All of them are scumbags, to be honest. So,
I mean, Sorcerer King is just such a cool concept for me. Like, I always have Sorcerer Kings.
Sorcerer King.
Grim Hollow are bringing out another book that's supposed to have like 40 subclasses in it.
Damn.
But I backed the Kickstarter for the original Grim Hollow, so I've got the physical book. I think it had like 2 or 3 subclasses for each class. And
Right, I said basically to my new players, we're playing in Planescape, so it's going to be full chaos. So bring any homebrew you want. Reserve the right to balance it with you at the table. Bring anything, and we'll give it a go.
Yeah.
And pretty much everybody's been like, "No, I'm fine." So, to be fair, that's okay. That means
it'd be interesting to see how many of them have Gunslinger thanks to Shredo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be
It's
fair,
really
I think
impressive.
one of our best players, Nick, who plays a really tactical warlock in our current campaign, he was going to play a gunslinger, and then I mentioned somebody else was interested in it, and he's like, "Oh, never mind." Then I was like, "Don't say that."
Yo,
Sorry, guys.
It's Hanu.
Kids. So yes, Indra. Where was I? Yes. So you see, on the back part of the room is sort of the store front where the proprietor sort of sits behind, and you see that he appears to be a dwarf.
Gonna tell him this is really loud for me.
Oh.
So
I can just stop. There is a way to mute it.
I suggest you right-click chip.
it might just be one of my settings, to be honest. Oh yeah.
No, everyone has
Oh, it
by
is.
default chip is incredibly loud. You just want to right-click chip and set the
We can
user
sort it
volume
next
to like
time.
10%.
That's better.
Because I block
Okay.
Chip every time Niall adds Chip to the chat room. It's like,
Like,
Chip's
wow.
join the chat room. Do you want to leave or do you want to stay? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I'd also
Yeah.
recommend blocking Chip so you don't get a ping every time it changes song, which is really fucking annoying.
Fair enough.
But
I
hey,
can
it's
try and
fun for
find a
music,
different
actually.
item.
No, it's cool. I was trying to think about how I'd get music to run in my games, but I just did give up on it.
It's tough.
Sorry about that. Thank you. So I'm just gonna ask him about the gems. Yes, yeah. I've heard about gems that you can use to enhance your weapons. Any chance that would work on my spellcast?
On your what? Sorry.
My focus. I've got a one which I can potentially use. Focus, so
Okay, laddie. I've got we dwarves. You know, we're not deal with that namby pamby magic. Those elves deal with, but it
yeah.
might. You know, I probably need to take the item you're looking to infuse. I need to take it. You know, whittle it down, socket it, and then depending on what kind of the gem you want in it, it would be able to. If you attacked with it, it might be able to do a bit more damage, or maybe even affect depending on the rarity of the gem, it might even affect the spells that you're casting out of it if it's a spell focus. But it's not an overly cheap process, but in my opinion, it's well worth it. And those gems are a lot more reliable than any of that crap magic. So, what kind of deal are you interested in?
best thing to be honest. But to be honest, any enhancements to my spell damage would be great. If I could just know where you could actually sell it, that'd be great.
So I just happen to have a gem here. It's a black opal, but we found that this particular type of gem, if it's socketed into a spell focus, it makes your chances to hit with your spells a little bit better, and if they've got some kind of resistance to it, that can make it a little bit harder to break. Basically, it'll give you a +1 to your attacks and a +1 to your spell save DC. What was that, Shadar? I didn't get, and I saw your mouth move, but your mic didn't pick it up.
Okay, sorry. That's actually great to be honest. Oh, how much would that be?
So it's a fairly uncommon gemstone. So I'm gonna assume your weapon has no sockets on the hilt. So or whatever your focus is, taking the focus in and putting the socket in, and the gem's about 200, and the work's about 25, so about 225 gold would be the starting price.
Any chance you could give a discount to a fellow merchant?
Oh, you're in the trade, are you? Have you got anything worth bartering, or you know, maybe anything to sweeten the old deal? Or if you're in any kind of gainful employment, maybe we could open a line of credit.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm employed by Anand Rahadun. Just show the.
Remember, you have the
Oh.
wand from the wizard we stole as well.
Oh yeah, I've got the.
Oh, we confiscated.
Yeah. If I
Which
could chuck in the Wand of Illusions, to be honest, and I'll show the employment from Anand Rahadun.
give me just 1 second to look up that wand. I think that wand is fairly valuable, if I remember correctly. I think it's a rare item, but give me just a second to look it up and confirm.
But actually,
Would you say that wand would be contraband? As a Kate Beckinsale movie.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
have your blood gold and be happy with it. Oh, where the fuck is that guy? Ah, there he is. Equipment.
Niall, if you wanted to make the wand easier for you to rule on,
Mm.
you've essentially given him a +1 rod of the Pack Keeper.
What, the wand?
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a rare item?
No, it's an uncommon. So it gives you
And that-
+1 on spell attack rolls and DCs. And the only additional thing that the Rod of the Pack Keeper gets that the gem doesn't give is you can regain 1 Warlock spell while holding the.
Oh, you mean the gem? No, I'm gonna
Yeah.
rule the wand is a rare item. So
Yeah.
do you present the wand to him? Yeah. He takes. May I take a look at it to appraise it?
Julie, go ahead.
He takes a look at it. He takes it off your hands and sort of holding it out with one hand, pulls out another gem, which seems to be more like a cloudy diamond, and rubs it along the length of the wand, and it shines like this bright color, this bright sort of yellow crackling color. He's like, this is a fairly valuable wand, mate. I tell you what, I'll if you trade the wand, I'll do it the work for free, and I'll socket I'll put in a second socket for your focus, and I've got a gem here which has it's called the Thunderheart gem. It's it does a little bit of thunder damage, and if you hit really well with it, um and someone isn't as prepared to deal with it, they can be deafened and they'll take a little bit more damage. Basically, the gem will do your spells will do 1d4 thunder damage, and if you crit, they need to make a con save to your DC or take an additional 1d6 thunder damage and be deafened.
Okay, good. Can I? That's actually a good deal. Just to make sure, can I try an insight check to see if he's screwed me or if that wound is actually worth quite a bit? Do you want that hand
Yeah, absolutely. Make an insight check.
got a +1 to be honest. It's a 15.
So the wand you're giving him is a rare wand, and they're typically worth a couple of thousand gold pieces. The socketing and the common stone, the common opal, are worth about 250, and not from his own mouth. And you're not sure what this Thunderheart shard is worth, but you would say, through your own mercantile times, that's not a massive boon. So you'd maybe guess that would probably be in this sort of uncommon era as well, which is probably worth a couple of hundred gold. You could probably squeeze him for something a little bit more valuable if you really put the screws to him.
Gonna try to persuade him to to be fair, I don't think that's a right value because they want us a rare item. Do you have anything else to go with? A better gem? Or-
Well, I didn't really want to part with this. I'm not going to lie, but I've got a pair of rare gems here, and he pulls them out. One of them is a bigger opal, or like a bit more like more of an intense opal. This is a bit rarer. This is worth about 700 gold pieces, and it has the same effect as the previous one, but a little bit stronger. Basically, it'll give you +2 to your attack and DC rather than +1. And this one, and he pulls out a pearl, a fairly sizable pearl. If you choose to, you can once a day is about as strong as this gem is. You could make an attack, but against your allies, and rather than hurting them, you'd heal them instead. So if you made an attack spell on an ally, say an Eldritch Blast, whatever damage you would do, you would heal them instead. And to be honest, I'm probably losing money in that deal, but it's about as far as I'd be willing to go.
Yeah, I can take those then. Yeah, I'll take the combo of both then.
Okay, well, I've got nothing else on for the rest of the day. If you come back to me tomorrow, I can have this socketed and the gems in place. So that will mean that you're having to give him your spell focus. That's not going to stop you from casting your spells. It's just, am I correct that Indra's spell focus is his weapon? Is like his dagger or his sword? Am I correct in that, or am I wrong?
Yeah, to be fair, I didn't really specify a focus, to be honest.
Well, it can be whatever you want. Like I'm just you'll be like I said, it's not going to stop you from casting your spells. It's just thematically whether it's a wand or a weapon, because I know you're going for like a more melee focused build. It'll remove that focus from you for that day.
So it should be fine. I could potentially give it as a pendant or something, maybe a family heirloom, a pendant, maybe.
Yeah, if that's
I thought
the way you want it to. Perfect. So you hand over your family heirloom, and he says, "Come back to me first thing tomorrow morning, and I'll have it ready for you." You hand over the wand, and he takes it in the back room and starts to get to work. So with that, I'm going to say that unless anyone shouts at me that there's anything else they want to do, the party will gather, we'll say, in the same pub you were in, which, what was the name of that again, Fergus?
Rusty
Wagon.
Good man.
No, we had
Yeah, Rusty Wagon.
Okay. Go to it.
So the party gathers together again in the Rusty Wagon and can discuss their next move. You've probably spent the morning. It's about midday.
Could I have found out how much it's going to cost to enchant? I don't need to
Sorry.
role play it. I just want to know how much it'll be for the enchant.
For the bag.
Yeah, I was going to get him to do the cloak as well and see if I'd get any sort of like stronger enchantment by getting him to do it rather than.
What kind of stronger enchantment are you looking for? Are you looking for like to resist damage, or are you looking for
either. See, if I could get a frost resistance, but if not, then like that's going to be too expensive. Then
does Amir not have frost resistance?
No, they removed it.
Okay, my mistake. So for
Instead,
frost
they gave
resistance,
me the cold damage thing.
Frost resistance would probably cost you about 100 gold pieces to get that enchanted. If you wanted a bag of colding, we'll call that another 100 gold pieces. You talked about buying a glaive, didn't you? Or did I make
Yeah,
that up?
I think that's only about 20
Yeah, it's 20,
gold.
it's 20 gold pieces.
How much could I get for 70 pounds of frostwolf meat?
You
I'm
go
like
back
actually
to
selling the
the
meat as opposed to selling the meat.
you go back to Feather and Bolt, and she's a little disappointed that you're not meaning the previous meaning of several pounds of frozen meat, but she will buy that off you for well, say it covers one enchantment, so we'll call it 100 gold pieces. Because
Okay.
frost wolves they're big, they're dangerous, they're hard to take down, and you've kept them in really good condition.
Want to
So
change
we'll
my inventory stuff and above ETT crashed weird. Okay, so I've got about 50, so I've got 150, and I need 200.
Mhm.
So I will
Do you?
see if
Well,
I can
we
do some
won't
like
we won't do
carpentry work or something
we won't do a
to make the rest.
full role play into it, but the person in the Feywild, what's it called? The Fey Whisper Kuros is ran by a person called Eltharis Van, and they offer you, if you are in gainful employment or have steady coin, they'll offer you a line of credit.
Oh, nice.
So the way it works is for every 2 gold you make, 1 gold is magically transported back to them. And if you haven't paid it back in about 3 months' time, they'll come looking for it.
Okay.
What if that gold is made through puns?
Then it still counts. Still counts.
Okay.
I think it's fool's gold, and it's about halfway through the campaign. We'll have to fight it for that. Come back later.
So I'm going to say that the rest of the you all meet up at the Rusty Wagon, and as it is 12:15, and Claude is a little unsettled, I'm going to call it there for tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome.
Not much happened, but I really appreciate the time.